So there's $8 trillion of currency right now. The world's total above ground gold reserves are estimated at 205,238 tons by the World Gold Council. And they said using a $1,750 per ounce spot price, the world's gold is worth $11.5 trillion. So if their magic solution would be to, I know a lot of people out there talk about this, to go to a gold standard now. And this is why I'm telling you, it would be it's insane at this point in time to even consider. The only solution is to make everything free and get rid of currency completely. That's the only reason why you haven't started, many of you haven't started your business or haven't scaled your business, is because you're strapped for funding. Many of you maybe would have went to college, would have tried to apply for Harvard if you could have afforded $100,000 a year tuition. I don't know what it costs, but work with me here. Maybe you might have a Porsche Cayenne instead of the Volkswagen if you could get what you really want out of life, right? Some of you would still be driving a Toyota because that's just what you like. I get it, right? But everything needs to be made free so that there can be equality in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if they're not wanting you to be equal, then what are you going to do about it? Right? Because your future generations depend on the decision that you make today. So listen to this right here. Behind the numbers, tangible currency, what many people around the world think of as money, is worth $8 trillion. The world's, hold on, let me put this back on the screen here so it all makes sense. The world's total above ground gold reserves are worth $11.5 trillion. Now it sounds good to say, oh, the currency is worth 8 trillion and the gold above ground is 11.5 trillion. We're good, Pasha. What are you talking about? Okay, here you go. The third line says billionaires around the world have collected a net worth of $12.7 trillion. And that's just talking about the billionaires around the world have collected a net worth of 12.7, which is more than $1.2 trillion in value, supposedly, hearsay, of the amount of the value of the gold that's been extracted. So right off the top, if they were to flip this switch tomorrow globally, they don't even have enough gold to satisfy the billionaires' net worth. Do you think you're going to get an ounce? And if they don't have enough to satisfy the billionaires, what's the government's going to say about that? Because the governments want their gold, right? So there will be a huge problem. The government's not going to say, here, we're going to give the billionaires all the gold. The billionaires aren't going to say, hey, government, take all of our gold and leave us with nothing, like what we look at the people that work at, that they think are beneath them. And not all billionaires are snobs, but for those who are, that would basically put them into the realm that they look at us. How do you think they're going to feel about that? And like I said, if the billionaires' net worth collectively is 12.7 trillion, but there's only 11.5 trillion dollars worth of gold, despite the argument between the billionaires and the governments, do you think you're going to get an ounce